Stack is back after that rhymed. Michael Stack is back after coming off of a win at LFA 97, second round knockout, and he is fighting at LFA 116 against Jackson Philo. Michael joins us today. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on again.
Man, so first of all, congratulations on getting back in the win column. We had spoken about that loss to Kai Kamaka and how you were mentally coming back from that your first professional loss. Did the whole I put in the hard work and stuff, that's kind of what you talked about. Was that actually your feelings in the cage, or did that change when you actually got there?
You're talking about with the last fight with
Jordan?
With
Jordan, yeah, because it was your first comeback.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. Every time you get into the ring, it's different. You know what I mean? I'm kind of a guy that always feels like I can always do more preparation. I can always prepare more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always feel like there's that next level to achieve. But as far as how I felt that night, I mean, I was ready to compete, and I was just, I wanted to move forward with my career pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. And I mean, you moved on well. Second round knockout. It was a great finish, man. Walk me through the finish. What was going through your head? What was going through your heart and all that good stuff? Because there's separated by two. So what was going through all of your emotions?
Well, so actually out in Kansas, we fought out in Kansas, and they had open scoring, and they actually said that I lost the first round.
Yeah.
So to me, I kind of was like a little shocked by that. I thought I won the first round. Even looking back, I thought I won after when I was in the fight, I thought it was closer than it was when I watched it back after the fight. I thought I definitely won the first round. Like, I took him down, I beat him up on the ground. I felt I controlled him. So I was like, so in the corner between rounds, coach, pretty much tells me we got to get that one back. And I'm thinking to myself, we didn't win that round, So in the second round, I knew that I had to, put on some pressure, and probably wanted to get a finish just because I didn't know what the judges were looking for in this particular fight. I mean, you look at my Kai Kamaka fight, the one that we talked about, the loss. He took me down in the third round and didn't do any damage, and because of that, he won the round. I took this guy down in the first round, did some damage, and lost the round somehow. So, depending on what the judge looks for as far as a fight goes, you don't want to leave it to their hands, obviously. And so in my mind, I was thinking we need to get a finish, because if I didn't win that first round, then I can't leave it to them.
Right. So let's circle back a little bit, talk about that open scoring. Now, granted that you and I both thought you won the first round, say you actually lost the first round, it was like clear cut as day. Did you like the open scoring aspect to it, like to know I'm down or know you're up?
Well, say I did lose the first round, I think I should know that I lost the round, right?
Right.
Unless it's like a super close round. In that particular sense, it was beneficial for me because I thought I won the round and I lost according to their score. So in that particular sense, it was beneficial. I believe that Colorado, actually, I just saw something, Colorado voted on open scoring, and so they're going to be doing open scoring. I don't know if they're going to do it at this fight or not, but they're going to start doing open scoring as well. I think, I don't see a problem with open scoring. I don't really, I don't see how it could be a hindrance. The more information everyone has, I think it's better for everybody involved. I really can't see a defect to it.
Well, in like boxing and stuff, Canelo had an open round fight once upon a time, and Canelo was up big and kind of coasted to the end of it, and that's kind of people's main
Mm,
argument with it. But like, I think it would do more good than bad because I feel like that one fight's like an outlier. Plus, boxing's a 12 round fight, and you can really run up the score. Whereas MMA, you're looking at 3 or 5 rounds, which I mean, 1 10-8 round can really turn the fight around late in the fight.
right.
We so I like the idea of it, honestly. I think open scoring, even in boxing, I think open scoring should happen. But yeah, I think like in your situation, you're thinking you won that fight. That could have very well cost you the fight, you know,
Right.
because you go out there with the information. Oh, if I take them down and do some damage, I'll win the round. And these judges don't know what they're looking at.
Right. And actually I think you made a good point with the boxing. There's so many rounds in boxing. There's 12 rounds, right? I think that's
Yep.
like
Yep.
right.
12 rounds.
So I mean, with that, um it's easy, like if you get ahead to kind of coast, right?
Right.
Where, man, you got 3 rounds. One of those rounds, um, like if it's a 10-8, could lose you the fight. And, most of the time, guys are trying to get those finishes. You look at the UFC, guys are trying to get those finishes because they're incentivized to do so. You get a finish, you get paid for it. So I think guys, I don't see in MMA because of the amount of rounds,
Yeah.
and I don't really see it being that detrimental as far as like having people coast and whatnot. I mean, I'm sure it could possibly happen, but even if you're trying to coast, someone's in there. MMA is different. It's someone could get on top. Like
There's
there's
a
so
lot of ways to kill somebody.
yeah, there's so much to it that it's kind of hard to coast unless you're that good. And if you're that good, you should be trying to get a finish.
And that happened in a fight not long ago, actually. Who I'm trying to remember who it was, but guy was fighting and he thought he was winning the fight. I can't remember for the life of me who it was. He thought he was winning the fight and he kind of fell on bottom. Dude got on top and he just held him there. It's like, oh, I'm gonna win this fight. I'm gonna coast it out. Ended up losing. So it's always that option to bite him in the butt too. It would have made a better fight. That fight, I can't even remember who it was. It's driving me nuts. So let's talk about the fight with in your next LFA fight, man. What's it like getting ready to come back for this? You're now hot on a win streak, or you gotta win. What's the feeling coming into this fight for you? How's your preparation going? Just regular details.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for this fight. I think that it could propel me to that next level. Whether that be the UFC or in my mind, it's the UFC. I think a win here propels me to that next stage. So, as far as preparation goes, I have been driving all over Colorado, getting looks from all sorts of different gyms. I've been going to Elevation, which is Easton's, where
Yep.
Justin Gaethje and all the guys, Kamaru Usman. So I go down there and get some sparring rounds, get some wrestling in. My main gym, Trials Mixed Martial Arts, where Ryan Schultz is the head coach. So I'm getting wrestling with him, as far grappling and also more sparring there. And then I get some striking looks with Justin Hofton, Jeho, down at Pound for Pound. So yeah, I'm doing a lot, driving a lot, and spend a lot of my days in my car. But it's worth it, and I think that I've really improved as a fighter, and just getting a bunch of different looks is good. So as far as preparation goes, that's kind of been the main difference. I've always been one that cross trains. Like I've gone to Syndicate in Vegas and Rufus Sport in Wisconsin, and all the way to Thailand for Tiger Muay Thai. But yeah.
I remember we talked about that. You got Petr Yan coming up, getting ready to fight soon too, man. Speaking of Tiger Muay Thai,
Right.
That's gonna be a banger. Him and Corey. That's a real fun fight.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's funny actually because I was watching Corey Sandhagen here on the regional circuit in Colorado
Yeah.
before he was even in the UFC. And then I went out to Thailand and got to see Peter Yan training out there before he was even in the UFC. And now they're both fighting for a title. And that was 3 years ago. So, you know, crazy.
Times change quick.
Yeah. Especially in this game, for sure. Fight game, a lot of stuff can happen.
So this guy, Jackson, he's a pretty decent little fighter. What kind of a statement are you looking to go make there? And obviously the goal is Contender Series for a lot of people. Is that your goal, or are you looking to skip Contender Series?
Hey, if I have to go the Contender route, I'll take it. I don't necessarily, I don't know how long they're going to be doing it after this fight. I think what they started in September, and
yeah, I don't think they have many fights left on it.
Yeah, I don't know if they have many fights left on it. So, if I have to go through the Contender route, that's fine. I would much rather go just get called up right into the UFC and just fight. Get a contract right there and just fight. More money anyways. But as far as this guy goes, I just want to make it an exciting fight. People ask me, are you going to knock him out, this and that? I'm going to beat him into submission. You know what I mean? I'm going to beat him up. And, whatever that looks like, it's going to be a fight, whether we take it to the ground or we stand and strike or whatever. I plan on just putting some pain on him, putting hurt on him, and breaking him. That's what I want to do. So, and that's kind of what I expect out of he seems like a tough guy, and those are fun, exciting fights to watch anyways. Exactly. So it'd be good for the fans.
Exactly. I love it. So October 22nd, Michael Stack versus Jackson Philo. Why should everybody tune in?
Why should they tune in? Just for the exact reason that I said, is because it's going to be exciting. I think most of my fights, I bring the excitement. I bring, I'm there to fight. I'm not there to point spar you or whatever. I'm there to fight. And even my fight with Kamaka, that was fight of that was nominated fight of the year. My first fight that went to a decision as a pro, we were covered in blood. So I bring it, man. I'm there to fight, and my style is exciting. And I think Jackson will be a good a dance partner in that sense, where he's willing to also fight and bring it. So yeah, you get two dogs in there trying to fight, that's good entertainment. So that's what I should watch.
I love it, man. So any shout outs, and where can everybody find you on social media?
Yeah, obviously I always just like shouting out my head coach Ryan Schultz, those guys down at Pound for Pound, and Easton's as well. But social media, it's going to be Instagram is Michael Stack _MMA, and then Twitter is just Michael Stack, no underscore. I think actually, yeah, MMA. So Michael Stack MMA, but no underscore there. So,
Mike, I'm looking forward to the fight, man. The last one was a blast. The Kamaka one's a blast. This one will for sure be a blast, man. Have a good one. I'll be in touch, man.
Awesome. Hey, yeah, thanks for having me on again, and it'll be a fun one, I promise.
Man, we're gonna chat before every one of your fights. I hope you know that.
Sounds great. I appreciate it.
Take it easy.
Thank you. You too.